If you find this, don't trust. That was the final message left behind by journalist Lily Carter before she vanished without a trace. A chilling whisper recorded moments before she disappeared, and the beginning of a mystery that would unravel the darkest secrets of a seemingly quiet town. Willow Creek was the kind of place you'd drive through and barely remember. A speck on the map, surrounded by dense forests, rolling hills, and a past people didn't talk about. But if you stayed long enough, you'd hear the stories. Rumors of people vanishing into thin air, always near the same place called the Hollows. Lily Carter, 26, wasn't a local. She had recently relocated from the city, drawn by a pattern she couldn't ignore. A journalist with a reputation for chasing the truth, Lily had found one story she couldn't let go. A string of disappearances spanning over 2 decades. All eerily similar, all unsolved. Most people in Willow Creek had learned to look the other way. But Lily didn't scare easily. She dug deep into old records, tracked down family members of the missing, and compiled a map of their last known locations. Every red pin pointed to the outskirts of town, right at the edge of the forest known as the Hollows. Then, on the evening of July 14th, Lily left her apartment for a secret meeting with a confidential source. She never came back. The next morning, Lily's car was found abandoned just off a remote road leading toward the Hollows. The driver's door was open, her purse on the passenger seat. Nothing had been stolen. Her phone was missing. Her notebook, the one she carried everywhere, was shredded into pieces and scattered like confetti. To the local police, it was clear something terrible had happened. But the nature of it? That was still a mystery. Detective Marcus Reynolds was assigned the case. He was no stranger to missing persons in Willow Creek. He'd investigated 5 in his 10-year career. None had ever been solved. But Lily's case was different. For one, she had been investigating the disappearances herself. And second, she left a note behind. Tucked inside a drawer in her apartment, it read, "If anything happens to me, look into the Hollows." The Hollows wasn't just a forest. It was the stuff of urban legends. Locals said it was cursed, that the trees whispered at night, that once you went in, you didn't come out. Reynolds didn't believe in ghost stories, but he did believe in evidence. And Lily's note was enough to justify a full-scale search. For 2 days, cadaver dogs and search teams combed the area. Just when hope was running out, they found something. An old mine entrance, half buried under overgrowth. Inside, the air was thick and cold. The tunnels snaked underground, deeper than anyone expected. And in one of the chambers, they found a hidden room, sealed off by a rusted iron door. Behind it was a sight no one could explain. Piles of personal belongings, purses, wallets, clothes, dating back decades. And among the wreckage, they found Lily's phone. The screen was cracked, but miraculously, it still turned on. One voice memo had been recorded the night she disappeared. "I'm close. I know it's him. He's been hiding in plain sight. If you find this, don't trust." The message ended in static. No name, no hint at who he was, but it was enough to blow the case wide open. Suddenly, it wasn't just Lily's case. It was every missing person for the past 20 years. And the evidence pointed to a chilling possibility. Someone in Willow Creek had been orchestrating this for decades. Reynolds launched a full investigation. Files on old missing persons cases were reopened, but curiously, some of them were gone. Digital records were missing. Witnesses who had previously spoken out now refused to talk. Someone was cleaning house. Then came the threats. Anonymous notes appeared at the station. "Stop digging. You're next." Still, Reynolds pressed on. And then, an unexpected tip came from a reclusive woman named Margaret Hayes. Her husband, a former town councilman, had died years earlier, but on his deathbed he'd made a chilling confession. "The mayor knows. He always has." Mayor Thomas Whitmore had been in office for 32 years. Revered by some, feared by others. He had overseen every major town decision, funded police upgrades, and kept the local economy afloat. But Reynolds discovered something odd. Whitmore had a personal connection to nearly every missing person's family. He had either visited them, hired them, or, most damningly, been the last person to see them alive. The deeper Reynolds dug, the more it seemed Whitmore was untouchable. Attempts to access town hall security footage were denied. Town council records were lost in a fire. It felt like the entire system was built to protect him. But Reynolds wasn't alone. He confided in his most trusted colleague, Deputy Alan Grayson, his partner of nearly 10 years. "I think it's him," Reynolds admitted. "I think Whitmore is behind this." Grayson only nodded. "Then we take him down." 3 nights later, Whitmore left town hall after dark. He didn't go home. Reynolds, quietly tailing him, watched as the mayor's car veered off the main road, heading toward the forest. Reynolds followed. The mayor disappeared into the mine entrance without hesitation, flashlight in hand. Reynolds crept in behind him, pistol drawn. In the underground chamber, Whitmore stood before a wall, a shrine of photographs. Every missing person's face stared back from the dim light. And in the center, Lily Carter. "You were never supposed to find this," Whitmore said without turning around. Lily was getting too close, just like the others. "What is this?" Reynolds asked, heart pounding. "Why?" The mayor didn't answer. But before Reynolds could cuff him, bang! A gunshot echoed through the tunnel. Whitmore collapsed. From the shadows stepped Deputy Grayson, his gun still smoking. "I knew you'd find him," Grayson muttered. "I just couldn't let him speak." Reynolds froze. "What the hell are you doing, Alan?" "He would have dragged us all down," Grayson said. "You don't understand, we kept the town safe. We kept it clean." Reynolds realized the horrifying truth. Grayson had been involved all along. What followed was a struggle in the dark. 2 officers, 2 decades of secrets, 1 final fight for the truth. Reynolds won. Grayson was arrested. The mine was sealed off and declared a crime scene. A task force uncovered remains tied to at least 12 missing persons cases, but many bodies were never found. Grayson confessed to helping Whitmore cover up the disappearances, though he claimed not to know all the details. Some victims, he said, had needed to vanish to protect secrets that were bigger than anyone realized. What those secrets were, he never revealed. Whitmore died that night. He took the names, the motives, and the full extent of his crimes to the grave. As for Lily, her body was never recovered. But her voice memo, her files, and her notes sparked an investigation that exposed decades of horror. She had gotten too close, but in doing so, she uncovered the truth. Willow Creek is no longer the sleepy town it once was. Outsiders come, drawn by the chilling story. The mine is now guarded by state police, and the town holds an annual vigil for the victims, including Lily Carter. She came to investigate a mystery. She became part of it. But in the end, she solved it. And her final words still echo, "Don't trust." Who she meant, no one knows for sure. But in Willow Creek, trust is a luxury no one takes for granted anymore.